I've been kind of busy with personal shit and playing video games. Sometimes I just want to sit there by myself playing game after game after game, and I'm planning to do this game's review, that game's review, a third review, whatever. Then it doesn't happen because I just move on from game to game and get busy as shit in my real life. So it's kind of messy when I come with a review or not. It's not planned, I just go with the flow. That's why it's called a FreeFlow ShredView, alright? Anyways, today I want to review Toukiden 2 because I thought it was a very interesting game to play, and I also played the first game, Toukiden, Age of Demons. I thought it was a pretty good game, you know. When I got this, I was kind of excited to play it, but I was a bit skeptical because most Monster Hunter games, including the first God Eater, they just don't fulfill me the way I want video games to fulfill me. The Monster Hunter genre is kind of stale because you always have a hub and then you go out and then you slay one beast after another. Every boss battle takes like 10 to 20 minutes, so after a short time you get kind of fatigued in your brain of just hacking and slashing endlessly, and it gets monotonous and you just get fucking bored of it, alright? So when I saw trailers and shit for Toukiden 2, I was like, it looks almost like the first game. I can't see any apparent differences except being able to jump down a cliff and explore a semi-open world vibe, you know. The trailers early on didn't give me a big impression of the unique features of Toukiden 2, but I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna play the sequel. Let's see what this shit is. Let's just do it, alright? And then I started playing it and I was pleasantly surprised by the open world aspects of the game. So when I started playing, I was put in that generic open, Monster Hunter hub where you have all the characters in the game, where the story takes place and starts and all that stuff. And when I first just went out the gate, I just thought, I just want to see some shit here. I don't want to dive into the story too fast. So I just went straight out and started exploring, and it felt damn alive. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by Omega Force on this game. Having been able to create an open, free space that you can explore freely in a Monster Hunter game, it's very fresh to me compared to other clones of Monster Hunter, if you will. So I started to play it, and suddenly, you know, the Oni in the first game and the second game, you fight large ass Onis, demons, and you can hit off the parts of their bodies. And in the first game, you always start a mission from that hub, and then you go to a gate and you're sent straight out and you start fighting that kind of big beast. So it always felt stiff and restricted in many ways. But in this game, when you just go out, explore, you see a lot of small enemies, and then pow, there's a huge fucking Oni just walking fucking ground, and you start fighting it. I mean, the seamless flow between exploration and combat made meeting these huge ass boss Onis 10 times more enjoyable than in the first game. And I just got hooked. I sat for hours just running from one area to the next. Yeah, I'm gonna find a new big Oni. Cut off the fucking leg, cut off the fucking arm. Get off with your fucking horns, you piece of shit. I just want parts. I want to get new armor, because when you slay off the Oni parts, you get material that you can create new cool ass armor with. And the game progresses so fast that you always get new armor so you can see and explore with and find the look you want. It's pretty fucking exciting, man. So the basic gameplay is largely the same as the first game. If you haven't played, it has kind of hack and slash elements to it, kind of Omega Force trademarks, if you will. And I mean, it gets you button mash a lot during this battle system, I must say. You know, you just square, 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 squares, triangle, square, square, triangle, dodge, dodge, square, 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 square. You sit like that and you get kind of tired in your thumbs. But it's very enjoyable. The moves you can unleash with the weapons are really satisfying to watch. And when you hit the enemy, there's like this huge sound effect and special effects coming out of the hits, making it extremely satisfying to just smash on it. But and when a fucking part flies off, and you see the fucking leg fly to some part, and you run through it, and you gotta pick it up. So even if it's kind of monotonous like the first game in the same sense that many of these Monster Hunter clones are, I gotta say Toukiden is a bit more button mashy than all the other Monster Hunter games. So it gets a bit tiresome after a while, but it's still fucking epic as shit and fun. And I just love doing it. I couldn't get really bored of it like in the first game. I just went from one only to the next in the story and in the side quest. It's extremely satisfying. So let's get to the story. The first Toukiden's story was good. It's okay, good. I enjoyed it, you know. But the whole premise for this game is much more fantasy based than in the previous game. I mean, the game starts, so it's not really a spoiler, I can say this. The game starts kind of off like the main character being part of this huge underground, I wouldn't call them assassins, but only slayers staying in the shadows that people don't know, and they start to resurface and completely abolish the Oni presence in the world. And then suddenly something happens and the main character gets sent through time to a completely other period. And suddenly you get memory loss. Oh no, fucking cliche memory loss. I know every fucking game has to touch this subject these days. And in the past, when do writers get sick and fucking tired of memory loss? Alright, I'm gonna calm down. It's still better than most other memory loss stories because it doesn't get the focus, you know? The main focus here is why the fuck are the Oni here? We gotta annihilate this piece of shit. And there's a lot of plot twists revolving who makes this shit happen and how to stop it. And another subplot in the game, which I think is very interesting, is a kind of split between insiders and outsiders, which is one of the main concepts of the game. You see, there's a woman in the town and she puts this protection barrier across the entire town, but the outsiders piece of town, they're not protected by it. But the insiders, the guards, and the outsiders are the samurai. They are constantly at clash with each other and don't get along, so they can't really cooperate well. And since the insiders are protected and outsiders aren't, there's a kind of dilemma going on that they want to make this piece come together because the main threat is the Oni. So we gotta get together, we gotta abolish, we gotta fucking whack off these Onis and pull their dicks off and just crush their rectums. And it's a very satisfying story progress and it's very epic at times, I gotta say. The cutscenes are excellent. Every Omega Force game has this quality CGI pre-rendered cutscenes I just can't get enough of. I love it in every game they release. Great shit, I hope they never stop with that. I prefer pre-rendered epic ass cutscenes doing shit that in-game graphics just can't do at times, you know? It's more epic to me. Anyways, that's besides the point. There are some new classes, I mean weapon classes, because most of the weapons in this game are the same as in the first one. You have the long sword, you have the fucking spear, you have pretty generic weapons overall, right? And most of these weapons have the same moveset as in the first game with some good extensions, but some of the new classes are fucking fantastic. I mained the sword and shield class, which is entirely new for this game, and I just couldn't let it go. It's so fucking delicious. I mean, you can switch into a completely different stance and you can just go nuts and you can build up one super gauge, and you have this unique claw feature in this game, which is kind of like in Devil May Cry 4. You know Nero, the way he can grab enemies and pull himself to them, grab them, smash them in the ground. All these features from Devil May Cry have been incorporated excellently into this game, but with larger Oni, which makes it feel completely different. But you have this futuristic kind of technology arm that lets you grab the Oni and smack him to the ground, and then you can go and fucking get free hits on him. You can use it to get shorten the distance between you and the enemy. You can just boom, straight to his fucking head and just smash and fly to the ground. I mean, the level of depth in the actual moves you can pull off isn't necessarily an important aspect, but it creates a diversity that I really fucking love to explore. Enjoyable as shit, these new classes. There are a couple of classes that completely fucking sucks in my opinion. Like, there's a rifle I mean, they advertised the game like, oh, you can use this rifle, oh, but all you do is fucking sit there and one shot, change ammo to another ammo type. It's fucking lame as shit. I can't understand that anyone would play as a rifleman in this game. Ah! They should just have fucking thrown that class straight into the garbage bin and exchange it with something better. But it's your choice. I didn't have to play as a fucking rifleman, so I don't really care at the end of the day, alright? I got a class I dig, and I dig it a lot, so it was super fun. So basically I enjoyed the story as fuck. I enjoyed the open world exploration, really good. I love that, but I just have to add some negatives to that because it's not that fucking fantastic compared to other open world games. Because you find some quest in the overworld, in the open world areas. There are quite a few diverse open world areas actually, but they're largely the same. You just run around, you find some collectibles, you find some new Onis to fight, you find a side quest, usually involving fighting a big Oni, and that's about it. There's not a lot going on, even if it's enjoyable to explore, so it's not that fucking fantastic. I can't over-exaggerate this shit, alright? I gotta keep it on the level it is. But it's still a huge step up from the claustrophobic first game. So, I've covered most of the important aspect. Now I just gotta go to the music, and I gotta say, some of the tracks in this game are really epic. And I love Asian sounds like Japanese flutes, Chinese flutes. I mean, Japan has some great fucking unique instruments to their country, and the soundtrack here uses it with a combination of orchestra, which melts into a really unique vibe that feels like it's Toukiden to me now. If I hear that combination, it's like, oh, Toukiden, it has a unique sound. And some boss battle uses these instruments kind of like rock, is like, but it's orchestra element, so it's like a snare. And then suddenly pumped up, and it fits perfectly to the game. So that's my fucking review. Toukiden 2! Do I recommend this game? Yes! Go play it! If you love fucking Monster Hunter games, you just have to play this game. If you think Monster Hunter games are a bit boring, like I usually think, I still recommend the game highly. It's a very, very good game. It's not one of the best this year's, but it's still a fucking great game in many ways. I give this game 8 out of 10 Pepsi Power! Anyways, let's drink some fucking Pepsi to that review, alright? Empty a fucking can! Why do I never have Pepsi? Anyways, that's my review of Toukiden 2. Did I miss something? The graphics, not that fucking great. I mean, it's released for Vita as well, so what the fuck do you expect? I got the PS4 version, as you can see here. Because I like to play on a big screen. I don't like to sit on a small little fucking handheld, you know? I'm not a big fan of handhelds. If you love it, I can respect that, alright? Handhelds are good for going anywhere and playing everywhere, but I don't play when I leave the house. I got shit to do, alright? You gotta play this game. Adios, fuckers. Next up, a new fucking tune. I just keep spewing out these fucking tunes, aren't I? Adios, fuckers.